Hello everybody and welcome back to Elm Creek. I'm Craigyboy. Thank you so much for watching today. So today's work, what are we doing today? Well, got this thing here. Got the log truck. Did do a little test just to sort of see, because this thing's got a lot of different buttons on my controller I've got to try and work out. But we are going to get there. Now, it's just suddenly sprung up on me. I knew we were getting close, but I'd lost track a little bit on how many episodes we were on. This is episode 39. I've got this episode and one more, and then this series comes to a stop. But in the next series, episode 40, well, everything needs to go. All the products, all the production stop, everything needs to be sold, and we need to see how much money we can make. Now you see at the minute we just got over 16 million. That's because May is a good time to sell some grapes, so I did just pick up a load of grapes. I think it was 1.3 million grapes are sold, and it got me about 3 million, so that was pretty good going. You can see trees here. They're coming along nicely. Are we going to be able to get to them before? I'm not sure, you know, if we're going to be able to... There's a few things that have suddenly, like, cropped up. Pardon the phrase. Them, I don't think, are going to grow in time for us to tackle. So this is why I put these in, so at least we could do something, because I spent, was it about 600,000 on this thing? So that's what we're going to have a go at today. We're going to tackle some of these, but it's not going to be the whole episode, because... we've got things we need to do. If we're going to have a quick look on here, once it's done saving, we will see that we've got a lot of things on here. Now, let's just go across to here. Now, the grass has been done. I don't need to show you the grass again because we've done a lot of grass work throughout these episodes. It's just grass. It's just cutting grass at the end of the day. So, I got a worker to do that for me. That's been done. Some of it's come down towards the silo where the sheep are, down here somewhere, just down here. So, we've got some grass for the sheep. And also some has been put in the fermenter, which is around about here. There's so many things. I think it's about here somewhere. There's so many things going on this yard now. That's going to be fermenting to make us some more hay and silage. Obviously, we've been trickling silage across. Oh, where are we going here for the BGA? Here. The BGA. So silage has been trickling in there, which has been bringing us some money in. Also, we get some digestate. There's so many things going on. Also, what we can do as well with the digestate, amongst all this here somewhere, I think it's these ones just here. We can put slurry into a fertilizer, like into a special little machine thingy-majingy, and it will basically turn it into solid fertilizer. We can do the same with digestate, and we can do the same with manure. Now, you might have seen the manure one we have had for a little while, but I have added slurry because we are now getting slurry from the pigs and obviously from the cows because we've got the new cow pasture. So we can turn that into solid fertilizer. Also, the digestate, which is the byproduct we're going to get from the biogas, that can go in as well. Turning it into solid fertilizer makes us more money than just keeping it as its raw kind of slurry, digestate, or manure. Kind of makes sense. So, as we've been going through these episodes, I have been trickling some of the manure into that, and then obviously just simply off camera ferrying it from there into the silo. It's been building up. I have no idea how much we've got, but I think it's a fair amount. So we will be able to sell that for a lot more money. And that's what we will do in the next episode. We need to get it down right on there. Can we just move it forward a bit? We can cut that there. Pick it up. And let's just see if we can bring it around this way a little bit. Let's just cut them there. Now it's shaking because I don't think I'm actually facing the right way. I think I'm a bit off balance with the truck and everything, which it's probably not the best way to do it, if I'm honest. This is looking pretty good. So we can go and press the old lumberjack button here, and we can lift some of these up. Now, this is the only tricky bit to see, is trying to get these on here without upsetting things. I like how you can go straight through the bar, so we'll drop that there. Make sure it all stays on. Grab some more of these. Don't put it through my front window screen. You can't see. That's the only slight downside to doing this, is you can't see what you're doing. Drop it on there. Now we ain't going to worry about getting these off, because as soon as we get to the sawmill, we just park it in the area, and then we just press a button, and jobs are good. And it goes in the sawmill, and it will just... I mean, it's pretty quick anyway, but it would just nice to have these in before we go sleep. So that's all there. Let's just grab these. These are kind of the wrong way, but never mind. It all still goes in the same place. Again, watch the front window. I am going to put that through. I can see it. Oh, we're caught on something. back up a bit. Uh-oh. Don't want to push something out of the back here. Drop it in. Is that going to push it out of the back? No, not too bad. Slide it forward a bit. Oh. It fell through the trailer. Let's just try again. There we go. Like I said, logging's not my strong point. But we are persevering. Drop that in. Now, this is something that I don't want to do as a time lapse because there's a lot of movement going on and a lot of close-up of things and moving like your head around. And, ooh, steady. There's a lot of moving around and stuff, and I know it'll make people feel really sick trying to do it in fast, you know, if I time lapse it. So we're not going to time lapse it. So we'll try and show you just a few of these. Can we? Now with the lumberjack mod, it does say you can get rid of stumps. I'm always finding that the marker seems to be a little bit off. I don't know if that's just me. So we'll get rid of these. There's one stump over there I couldn't get rid of. This is pretty handy. This one here. I might have gone a bit too low. Seems like, yeah, I think I've gone a bit too low here because it doesn't seem to. It needs to come up red, which tells you it's gonna cut it, but it doesn't want to do that. So I keep forgetting that I'm actually turning the whole thing around. Let's just see if we can try and drive in it this one a little bit, maybe. Let's just go a bit lower. Can we just move it in a bit? Cut. Yes. And we need to lift it up. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Through someone's building. Sorry. Now, if I turn it this way, I know this is going to cause the machine to shake because it's off balance on its wheels. Plus, maybe 8 meters is a bit big. I mean, the machine allows it, but I don't know what should be the correct one. Like I said, I don't do much logging in Farm Sim. I've never really done it because just, you know, it's never been a thing I've sort of got into. It's always been the farming side of things. As you would have sort of worked out when I made the mistake the first time and put the wrong trees in. I didn't realize there's a certain tree that these machines will only take. So, well, you know, you learn. Oh no, it's moving my head. You learn something new all the time. Oh, hello. What happened there? That rebounded off something. Let's just pull it around here and let's just cut this. Look at this. I do like this bit where it just sort of strips the tree down and then you get some nice branches there and it's just... That's quite cool. Alright, let's just turn that off now. Let's go and cut this. Oh, no, that's jumping. There's so many buttons to push. Yeah, in real life, it'd be a bit easier. There's not as many buttons to push. Farm Sim, there's a lot of buttons to push. Right, let's just go bring the wagon over a bit closer. I don't know how much you can put in here as well. I mean, we can strap it down, which is a bonus. I mean, I think we can fit a bit more on there. I don't think it's anywhere near full yet. Let's just go get some more on here. Oh, that's jumping again. No, we need to grab the logs, not jump them. Spin around. Yeah, this is I'm glad actually we can go through them bars because I was a little bit worried if they were going to have a collision on them. Then I don't know what I would have done here because uh-oh, it would have been a bit of an issue trying to get them up and over. But it seems to be working pretty well actually. I think 8 meters is pretty good. Good size. And obviously, you know, we can sort of like 3 goes. Obviously, we go smaller. Common sense, you know, you're going to have more logs here you're going to have to put in. But no, I think this is working pretty well, actually. So, let's just get these in. Let's see, can we get some more at the front here? Not bad. It doesn't actually come up and tell you. You know, like when you put normal things in a trailer, it comes up and says how many like liters you've got. Well, it's not coming up on here. I thought once you strap them on, it might come up and tell me, uh-oh, a bit more, uh-oh. I thought it might actually come up and tell me how many litres worth of logs we got on here, but I suppose the only way we're going to know is once we drop them in the sawmill. Now the sawmill does process very quick, so these will go before I probably even get to the chance to go sleep. We've got a bit more room around this side. Oh yeah, look at this. I'm doing it all lopsided here. We've got loads more room this side. So I'm going to crack on and get a few of these done, and I'll come back to you when the trailer's a bit more full, because like I said, I don't want to time lapse this because it will make you feel really sick by the amount of quick movements going on. So I'll get a few more of these done. As soon as that trailer gets full, we'll drop it to the sawmill, we'll go sleep, we'll move on to the next day and see what's ready to harvest. So I think this area is looking pretty good now. I mean, still got a lot to go, but I've managed to clear a good amount of trees from the edge just over there, edge of the road, all the way through to here. We had a good selection of trees. Got up to this point here, all the stumps have gone, and there's still quite a few. Just what, 10, 15 more still to go. And don't forget, we have got a field full. What did we plant here? Was it 160? This isn't bad stacking as well. Now I know it's done by hand. If I'd done it by the crane, we literally would have been here for 2 days straight in real time. I think 8 meters is a pretty good length for them. So let's go and take this then to the sawmill and actually see how much we've got. And it'd be the first time we've kicked the sawmill in for quite a while. Been sat there with nothing to do. Apart from the odd little... Ooh, nearly. I forgot. All other trailers and vehicles that have like big storage on them have had the weight taken out of them. This logging trailer hasn't, so I'm not used to actually driving a truck like this, which actually has the right weight that it should have. All my big tipper ones that hold like several million have had all the weight taken out of them, so it just thinks it's empty, so you can throw it around. So we'll get it over here, and the trigger point I think is just... We need to go at a bit of an angle here because the unload is sort of here, and then you have to press a button around about here somewhere. Hopefully this will all go. Nope. It's here somewhere. No. Okay, hang on a minute. I was close to it. Just back a little bit more. There we go. So let's quickly go and have a look in here now and see what's in here. 22,000, nearly 23,000 litres. That's pretty good going. So we can activate these now and get that rolling. So with that field of 160 trees, yeah, we're definitely going to have a lot of wood. So it's just going to make us some planks. Now, the pallets we don't really need, because if I go and update the fish farm, it doesn't take pallets anymore. We don't need pallets for it, so I could do that, but then that means that pallet factory there is really a bit of a waste. And really, the sawmill, we only got the sawmill to make the pallets because the pallets needed to go into the fish. So we could potentially... we could get rid of them all, but I don't know. I've not updated it yet. I've left it. But then we could just have pallets on their own and sell them on their own. You know, we don't need to, you know, put them into the fish. So these greenhouses here have been moving a few little bits over. Like this one does wheat and sorghum and stuff, and we've got, you know, canola oil and sunflower. They have been moving bits across just to try and keep some of the productions ticking over while we wait for the actual big fields of crops to grow. And I think we're looking, it's going to be into the next month. I think if we have a look on here, you can see we're at the stage where it's all planting at a minute. Harvesting this barley is in the next month. So we could go to sleep. We've got 2 barley fields if we have a look on here. And we go across onto this one. You can see we've got 56. And then this one here that I bought with it in, 25. The only 2 barley fields we've got. So once we've done barley, we'll then be able to go in and sort the wheat out, canola and oats. And obviously we have got a lot of wheat here in the middle. We've got 2 big canola fields here. And then I think we're going to have to go on even further. So we're going to have to get into August to do the potatoes and sorghum. And then we're going to have to go into October to be able to do any corn, sunflower, soybeans, sugar beet, and cotton. Wow, so we're going to have to really get on to the end of the year. There's a lot to do, and not a lot of time to do it. So I think we will do a few of these fields. And then I think a lot of this is going to have to be done off camera because all these are going to be harvested. The grass is probably going to need cutting again. If we've got to get through to October, oh, there's a lot to do. So you join me the next morning then in June, just after 9 a.m. And as you can see, the 2 barley fields are ready to go. Grass, I was right, it isn't far away from being cut again. Wheat, canola, and you can see the other fields are just starting to go darker green, which means they are getting closer to needing to be harvested. Now, I was just having a quick look as well to see what we can do in June. Olives, as you can see, looking at this, pretty cool. I mean, I do like this. This has got to be one of the top 3 mods, I would have thought. The stock checker. It's got all the list of everything. If you've never seen it, you can find it on Mod Hub. Everything's on here that you've got on your farm. And it shows you the prices, what they are now, the best month. You can see all the different color greens. So June at the right side there is green because that's the month we're in. And you can see the olives there are showing what the price is now and what they could be. So they're just on the way down. Maybe somewhere in the early hours they were at their peak points and they're just starting to drop. But if we get rid of the olives now, which unfortunately is at the train, which that's a little bit annoying because the train only holds 100,000 litres and we've got 1 million. That's quite a few trips back and forth, and you know what the trains like to try and call it. It doesn't always work as well. So potential there to make 2.5 million. And I was just having a bit of a scoot through just to see if what I could find and anything else what was looking good on here. And you know, I said to you that all the way through this, like off camera, I've been moving some manure across into that fertilizer. If you're not sure the bits I'm on about, let's just go and have a race across here, race through here. These things here. So you put manure in there and you get solid, it sort of converts it into solid fertilizer. Well, I added these in because we've now got digestate coming from the BGA, so why not make some more solid fertilizer from that? Originally, it was just that one because we had the manure factory thing here that turned straw into manure, manure into there, into solid fertilizer. But I added this one in off camera because digestate now from the BGA, and then this one over here does slurry into solid fertilizer. So they all turn them into solid fertilizer, but we didn't have slurry. Now we've got pigs and we've got the new cow pasture. They're making slurry. And speaking of slurry, I've got a new tanker. Without headbutting it, I've got a new tanker. This thing is a beast. The other one was a standard in-game one. This one's a mod, so it allowed me to slightly tweak its capacity and take its weight out. So I think it holds 500,000 litres now. It just makes it easier. Dumping speed as well is quicker. Ooh. So obviously we've got this as well, the manure heap. This is also allowing me to take it from here as well and put it into them fertilizer converty thingies. So yeah, there's a lot of things that we could do here. And obviously I've got a lot of manure stored in the actual silo itself. So we can just keep running it through. And that's what I've been doing every so often off camera. Just taking a load of manure across, dumping it in, letting it run through while I'm getting on with other things. And then same with this, moving this across, letting it, you know, convert its way through, moving it across into the silo and so on. This thing is actually starting to fill. And I do think it's pretty cool. It's pretty like real life. Like, you know, to actually slurry to move up the tank as you go. And let's go into flight mode and I'll show you. So we just go into the air and have a look. Look at this. So from the last time I showed you, it is filling up. I just think that's pretty cool how, you know, I know it's animated. But to actually see the level moving up as you sort of fill it up. Obviously, because that thing takes slurry as well, it does move things across, you know, it does dump quick. So you do see it actually filling up quite quickly. So again, we can move this into one of them fermenters and get that into solid fertilizer. Because again, it's a lot more money for solid fertilizer than it is for just slurry on its own. So let's go back on the ground. So we can actually go and test out this then, because there's 81,000 litres of slurry in here. So if we just park under this little spout here and we can load it into this. You can see at the bottom it's going up. This has got quite a capacity in this tanker. Only because it just makes it easier to be able to do the cows, go across the pigs, fill it up there. Also that little sugar beet. The little, I don't know what you call it. The little machine that's doing the sugar beet and makes the sugar beet cut. Obviously that does a byproduct. I don't know how or why it's slurry, but it does. So we can get bits from there as well. If we just pull up around here, it'll get the trigger come up to say you can dump it in. Now, if you watch inside, look, I don't know why that amuses me, but it's just so cool to see that it's been designed to actually do that. It could have just been left empty and you just have a figure, but to actually see it working its way up, it's pretty cool. So some of this really does, I don't know how much is actually in there. I don't know if I go close. Oh, it will tell me 335,000 litres. That's a lot. So let's just leave that there. So the reason why I was saying about the digestate is because if we go and have a look on here, I was scrolling through and I didn't really know how much I'd got in storage until I looked here and saw the solid fertilizer. We have 3.7 million litres of solid fertilizer. If I sell that now, it's going to give me a profit of 18.2 million. So this has just been building up over time because I've just been, you know, like I said, off camera, moving bits across. I'm not going to, there's no need to show you on camera, just literally picking up a load of this, moving it across, dumping it in, letting it do its job while I'm off doing the field or sorting something else out. As time's passing, it's processing. Once it's done, it's run out. Take the solid fertilizer, dump it in the silo, come back, grab another load and so on, and, you know, rinse and repeat. That's all I was doing. Didn't realize I got 3.7 million litres of it and it's going to give me a profit. It says in March is the best time, but you can see, looking to the right, the max price I can expect in March is 4,800 per 1,000 litre, giving me 17.8 million. 4,900 at the minute, giving me 18.2 million on top of the 16 million I've got. That also seems, it just seems too good to be true, but that's the best price. The figures are there right in front of you. Wow. But the thing is, we could carry on because we've got more manure there I could put in and get it processing. We just worked out we've got 335,000 litres of slurry, which I can put in the slurry one to get that going. Got more manure stored in the silo. We could have that over, what, 20 million? I looked, I thought that was wrong. I just saw such a big number, and it's green, which means it's the best time now, and the price is starting to go down. Do we do it? Do we sell it? Now, the wholesale is that little building on the actual farm, literally right next to the silo. Pick it up, turn the corner, dump it, boom. 18.2 million, thank you very much, don't mind if I do. I just can't take it in, I really can't. I mean, it'd be stupid not to. Well, let's do it, shall we? So I've just gone and got the trailer. I've just gone over to the digestate one. I haven't put any slurry in one yet, so the digestate one, I did that from the BGA, and the manure one. So I've just gone and got what was like left in them. You know, it's nearly 40,000, so it's, you know, every little helps. But we've got to pick this up from here, and then literally it's that building right there in front of us. So well, that's an interesting one. Trailer's coming up asking me what I want to put in it. Normally when you've got something in it, it knows and just fills it up with the rest of it. So we're not going to be able to fill. The trailer holds, I think it's 2 million litres. Now I made this trailer that big on purpose for occasions like this. You know, when there's a lot to sell, you just go big or go home. But even this isn't big enough for the amount. So if you want to do this, go get these off Mod Hub. Add them onto your farm. Slurry, digestate, and manure. And then if you've got animals like I have, and just keep taking little bits, keep dumping them in, and then just keep moving it across to your silo. Alright, granted, this silo I have made it 500 million litres in size, just because why not? It holds everything. And just keep trickling across like this and put it in your silo. Put it in your silo, and then when you come to sell like this, it's just going to go massive. I mean, this is ridiculous. It was only sort of, what, was it 10 episodes ago that I thought I'm going to struggle to make this challenge that my mate Nicky wanted me to do. And you know what, I can't even remember, we've gone well past it. I can't even remember what the challenge was. Was it 4 million by episode 40? And we got through that, I think. Was it episode 30? We were at 6 million. Now we're at 16 million. About to go off the scale now when I sell this. Bear in mind, this isn't all of it. So this isn't going to give us the full true figure. Well, there's 10 million. Jesus. There's also olives we can do as well. Let's just... This is another 1.6 million litres of it in here. Wow. Now, I wasn't planning on doing this. I was planning on doing some harvesting. But when I saw that figure, I just had to. We might as well get rid of the olives as well while we're going. I need to just see where the olives are going to go. Back it around the corner. Tip that in as well. Because them things don't take that long to make, if ever I needed any, there's another 9 million. We're at 35.7 million in the bank. Holy moly. I never thought I'd ever get to this. And we've not even finished. We've not sold products from the warehouse. Cheese, bread, cakes, all that kind of stuff. So let's just have a quick look then. What we were looking for, olives. Olives, oh, it's the train. Okay, we need to go and have a look on here then. Olives and see what else. So the best price is that. 2211. We could do the wholesalers 2150. Grocery Mart is 2192. Obviously the train's going to be the best, but we can only do 100,000 at a time. It'd take forever to go through. It's not exactly like we're short of money at the minute, is it really? So we could take a little bit of a hit. I think I'm just going to go for the wholesale, which it's like 20 quid cheaper than the Grocery Mart, which is the next one. We'll just go and put these in here. So if we go for olives, we'll put all the olives in wherever I can find them. There we go, olives. Thing is, this isn't all the olives as well. We could go over to the greenhouse. Do you know what? I'll do that. Let me just go and fill this up full, go across to the two greenhouses and get whatever's in there as well. So emptying the two greenhouses then has put us to just over 1 million. There wasn't too much in them. I think I had not long ago actually gone and moved what was in them across to the actual silo. That's what I've been doing, you see, off camera. I kind of moved the grapes across, moved the olives across. But I just didn't realise the fertiliser was that was just mental. And obviously, as soon as we put that in, I've been sort of storing it up. So it's been pretty much across most of these episodes. And obviously, I've been using bits to top up the greenhouse for the olives and stuff. There's a nice... well, compared to what we just had, a measly 2.2 million. Oh, wow. Do you know what? It's very rare that I'm lost. I'm flabbergasted by... I just didn't even think. I just kept making the fertilizer. Didn't really think. It didn't even check prices to see it was going to be a good idea. It was an option of getting rid of some manure, and I just thought, why not? I mainly did it, if I'm honest, I mainly did it for the greenhouses. These take solid fertilizer. So when we had just this one, I thought, well, let's just find a way to make our own. We've got our own herbicide, got our own seeds. I mean, we still got 1 point something million seeds, which is why I did get rid of the actual, I don't know if you spotted it over here. I did actually get rid of the seed maker, which was around about here, and replace it with this. But we could, I mean, we could still keep going. I've got so much manure still to go. I've got digestate, which is going to be a bit slow and a bit low, because it's, you know, down to the BGA. We've got slurry. We've just seen 300 and something odd thousand litres of slurry. In the next episode, we could probably make another good few million if I just put... Yeah, I mean, when my words are all over the place at the minute, I just can't get my head around that. I really can't. And it come up when I woke up in the morning saying great demand for maple syrup. Is there much point even selling things? Honestly, I really don't. Because it's going to get to the point where I wanted to take the money over to the new map to give us a bit of a start. But at the minute, we're taking 38 million over to the next map. That's not a start. That's a retirement, isn't it? 38 million. So I'm really not sure what to do now. Do we sell all the products? do we just harvest? Do you know what? I don't know. I'm going to have to think about this one. I still think we need to get rid of the products and end this in the next episode. Because we've got a lot of things to harvest. I don't think we're going to get time to do any harvesting today in this episode because time's already pushing on. And that sale wasn't on the cards. It kind of cropped up. But we had to jump on it. You've got to agree with me on that one. So I feel bad because I said we were going to get some harvesting done and I didn't. So what I'm going to do then, we're going to try and get some of this done. Straw swath is on. This is the wonderful barley. So I'm going to try and get some of this done. So we're going to see if we can try and time-lapse this field and squeeze this in the end of this episode. So I feel bad for saying that we're going to do some harvesting and that sale of fertilizer took over. So let's get this one field done to wrap up this episode. And that's another field done and dusted. All complete. Nice little barley field there to finish off this episode with. That's not bad actually. So that little field then, I know it looks quite small when you look at the figure at the bottom because this is quite a hefty combine. Holds quite a lot. But that field gives us 81,000 litres, nearly 82,000 litres of barley just from this one little field. And we've got a bigger field across the way to do. Now the barley, I think, can still be used for chickens. Now I wasn't sure if these pastures had changed. Because I know some of them, I know there was a mod that I put on that gave them cracked corn, which did cause a few issues. But I think it's just back to grain now, so it should be wheat and barley should be okay for the chickens. So we were trying to use the barley and use the wheat for the flour, which is why I did a couple of fields of barley and then so many fields of wheat because of the flour. And this is a little bit closer to the end of the series than I thought it was going to be, if I'm honest. So we probably don't need as much. So any excess crops, we could leave them in the silo and we could then, you know, play, because we're going to carry on with this series. Well, the series is going to come to an end in the next episode, episode 40. But we're not completely ruling this map out. We will drop in every so often and have another little play on here and do another little episode. But we are going to move on to a new map. Thank you so much for watching then. If you haven't done so, please do hit subscribe, hit like, and also leave your comments. Don't forget to turn the little bell on as well to get notified every time I upload a video. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one.